next fight, brought to you by Space City Collective, is scheduled for 3 rounds in the Fury Amateur Series lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. Standing 5 feet 8 inches tall, he weighed in officially at 161.2 pounds. Representing Next Level, he holds an amateur record of 1 win, 1 loss. This is Johnathan King. And introducing his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall and weighed in at 155.2 pounds. Representing Henzo Gracie, today he makes his amateur debut. This is Asif Shah. Your referee in charge of the action, Professor Joe Solis.
Johnathan King, Asif Shah. And this lightweight matchup is officially underway. Once again, southpaw versus conventional matchup. Asif now, deep in on the legs. Can he secure this takedown?
We'll see what King does with that little chin strap grip he's got with his right hand. He's not looking to connect his hands. I don't think he's thinking about the guillotine. I'll tell you, Asif has his hands connected. But the grip's a little high. He needs to get his hands below King's butt, really, to be able to elevate.
There we go, King doing a good job securing the underhook to try to nullify that takedown attempt. Now they're in a neutral, like, over-underhook position.
See, this is where we've seen King make some big improvements. In his first fight out, he was getting out-wrestled a bit, and then in his second fight, he was out-wrestling his opponent. You can tell he went back to the drawing board after his first decision lost and really worked on his weaknesses, and he's doing a great job neutralizing the wrestling now. Asif stepping in a little too much, in my opinion, when he's punching.
Now they're starting to throw some leather, these two fighters. King now with the jump kick. Asif now looking to make him pay.
One thing I'm not really liking out of Asif is he's punching, switching his stances, and shooting, and that can make for a telegraphed shot.
I think both fighters switch stances.
Yeah, this has been pretty chaotic in the opening minute, and you see King being diligent with his underhooks. And I'll tell you, Asif's entries, they're not bad, but his grip is a little high. And it's funny, going back to the short change, King still got the tape on the shorts.
Yeah, I guess he's having a problem with the Velcro or drawstring on whatever shorts he's got, because we see, as you noted earlier, more tape around the waist. Good push kick there from King.
2 good front kicks. This is a wild fight. King's really unorthodox with his entries.
This is what the amateurs are all about, putting it all on the line. Got 2 hungry fighters, and man, they are throwing down.
I think it'd be in King's best interest to maybe take those knees out of the arsenal, because he's getting really tall and a little off balance when he's throwing them. He's having success with those unorthodox punches, though. And Asif's doing a good job kind of staying measured and sticking the fight, to kind of his game plan. Seems like he's maybe got a little tired trying to force the takedowns.
And right now, King putting it on, throwing some lever. Backing Asif up now, but Asif is still in there. Still trying to secure that takedown. He's got King against the cage now. This is gonna be it's gonna feel like a quick round, because there's been a lot of activity in this opening round between these two lightweights.
Quick round for the fans, slow round for the fighters. When you're using that much energy, man, you feel it. You feel every second.
Already the 10-second count. Asif now trying to secure the takedown before the end of the round, score something big, and there's the power of King.
Almost a power bomb. Very cool. So
wow.
a good first round. Asif did well. And again, I'm no wrestling ace, but he was in on that high crotch, that high C at the very end of that round, but his posture was really bent. He was bending at his waist and not in his knees. The secret to really effective wrestling is good posture after a level change, and that's something I'm not seeing out of Asif. We'll see if he can make those adjustments.
I am Todd Moore, calling the action here with UFC welterweight Alex Morono, and we are here at Fury Amateur Series 36 here live on Escapade. We're just watching a lightweight shootout between Johnathan King and Asif Shah, and I think that experience is coming into play with Johnathan King, as he looks the more relaxed of the two fighters, if you ask me. A lot of credit to Asif Shah with his aggression, but this experience of King, Asif being the debuting fighter, trying to find his sea legs under him.
If I'm not mistaken, I do believe Johnathan King is 1-1. At least I've definitely seen him fight twice, win a decision, lose a decision. I'll tell you though, this fight is as crazy as they get. That's one, you know, props to Asif for trying to really kind of force that wrestling. That's hard to do. I mean, Todd, you know better than anybody. It's not easy to implement your will and get the guys down and hold them down.
Yeah, it's probably the most exhausting aspect of this game is trying to secure the takedown. And you have to invest, like, how much energy do you want to invest in that takedown, or is it just best just to cut your losses and move on to something else? And right now they start in the center.
You see King actually working Asif's body a little more. He's got that rear left side front kick, and he's also working that rear left hook to the body. Collectively, he's probably landed 7 or 8 of those strikes. But I mean, look at King's entries. The angle is weird.
Yeah, unorthodox with his hands, keeps his hands by his waist.
Another decent liver hook.
Oh, big side kick there by King.
Right to the solar plex. Interesting offensive arsenal. Good jab from Asif.
Yeah, Asif's trying to measure himself with that lead jab.
So one issue about one changing stances and two forcing shots is you don't really plant your feet. So your punches don't have a lot of stopping power behind them.
Oh, I think that was a big hook there by King. We kind of saw it from the back angle.
Yeah, I mean, it was like a hook uppercut hybrid. And that's the.
Oh my goodness. Just a front kick to the face. My goodness, King now. A variety of attacks.
And you know, this is where the experience comes in, because King has felt this before, and Asif has not. And Asif's doing a good job. He's staying composed.
Yeah, he hasn't panicked yet. I'll give him credit. That's an interesting lead foot sweep attempt. I don't know what exactly he was trying there.
That was a flood. Yeah, I agree. I'm not too sure what he was looking for. Maybe he was going to shoot and just ended up bailing right after the intro, but King actually landed a really stiff left hand, and Asif just kind of grinned at him. He was like, oh, good shot, but it didn't phase him. The same thing. I mean, that left hook of King just, you know, landed on the chin of Asif, and Asif kind of shrugged it off. See, that's what I like to see. You know, King's kind of feinting an angle and then throwing some punches.
Oh my goodness, big two-punch combo there from King landed.
And there's the knee. That knee actually, you know, landed flush. I think King's body work is starting to pay off. You know, that was an investment early on, and he's starting to get some good returns on it.
And Shah now trying to close the gap, see if he can secure that takedown after getting rocked from those 2 shots.
Yeah, King's been diligent on his underhooks tonight, man, and I believe that's the biggest difference in his defensive wrestling.
You know, good poker face by Shah as well. I mean, he took those 2 shots like a champ. He just keeps moving forward.
Yeah, and see another, he stepped into a left hook.
Oh my goodness. King now putting the pressure.
Asif's keeping great composure. I mean, he's eating these shots flush.
Does he have an answer for the unorthodox attack from Johnathan King?
I just want these guys to plant a little more, and I think they'll have some more rocket sauce on those punches.
And now King changes it up. Big lift and drop, and he just walks him off right now.
Yeah, there we go, a little seal to that round.
Wow.
I'll tell you, I like watching King fight. He's doing a good job.
He gave you the thumbs up at the end for, hey, stamp of approval.
Yeah, you know what? I actually had a conversation with him after his last fight, and I was like, hey, man, it's impressive to see such improvements in just one fight as an amateur, and I admired the martial arts aspect of that mindset in King. And I wanted to really make sure to see his next fight, and I'm happy I'm sitting here cage side.
Yeah, and I mean, hell, whenever you're that confident, just to look over at the commentator, give them the thumbs up for approval. I mean, he's going into this next round with just the utmost confidence. I mean, he just has no fear whatsoever in Johnathan King.
And then talking about Asif Shah, his opponent, this is all new waters for him, you know, and he's in the deep end, and he looks good. He's been hit with some big shots, and his facial expression doesn't change. He doesn't look overly fatigued. I mean, he's doing a good job for being a debuter.
You have to, well, he's got an experienced corner as well. You have to wonder what advice did his corner give him going into this last round.
You know, you can definitely tell Asif had a wrestling game plan, and that has not worked. They have to call an audible. Even if he successfully wrestles this third and final round, it's not enough to win the decision. So he'll need either a submission or a TKO finish, and I'll tell you, that's a tall order. It's like right there, he changed his stance. There's just not going to be a lot of power on those shots.
I think Asif has been trying to go for like a calf kick or something throughout the fight.
I mean, technically a jab, but that was almost a back fist there from King, and it landed. Saw that shot coming a mile away and sprawls on it. This is King's fight right now. Asif needs to do everything in his power to make it his fight.
Does Shah have the stopping power to make a dramatic comeback? Oh, eats another foot from King.
And then as he rushes King, King smacks him with the back fist. I mean, fun style. So that was a good linear jab there from King.
Straight down the pipe. Shah now scores with a counter hook in the after King was trying that jump bicycle knee.
Guys like King are hard to prepare for because his entries are unorthodox. I don't think the tape prior to this fight justified that. I mean, how do you prep for that?
It's almost like you have to force yourself to be comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Yeah. So in this scenario, maybe all the the specific training partners aren't good. You want every type of training partner so you can experience every style and learn how to implement your own strengths.
Over halfway done in this third and final round, and King landing big.
So that Asif needs to get over that. He did get kicked low. The ref didn't see it, and King didn't care. And I'm glad Asif kind of let that go and started to defend himself, because that's when when those weird unorthodox finishes can happen.
You can't call a timeout in mixed martial arts.
You know, King was throwing that rear leg to inside leg power kick, and it was just a little high as Asif stepped in. Unintentional, I think minor.
But he did the right thing, shake it off, and you just gotta fight on.
Yeah, he ate 2 punches for it too. I mean,
rocked right into that lead jab by King. Man, this has been a great lightweight amateur fight.
Yeah, Asif's nose is starting to leak a bit.
Oh man, King just finding the money again.
And Joe Solis, the referee, he's looking at it close. I know Asif's reacting really well, but with these amateurs, they don't want him taking unnecessary damage. There's that underhook of King. And just beautiful takedown defense. Yeah, you notice how his adjustment of the hips to transition to the underhook, I mean, as you're saying, just great defense there. The old body lock outside trip. And the takedown, is it too little too late for Asif Shah? I do believe so, but man, hey, a good showing and great experience for Asif there. Yeah, great matchup between these two. Asif Shah is going to go back and learn from this experience. Very confident we'll see him again. New and improved in future Fury Amateur Series. Pretty easy fight to score. Pretty sure I'm leaning towards Johnathan King there, walking away with the unanimous decision. That was a fun fight. Yeah, you know, that's one of those fights that goes the distance, and we're happy to watch every minute that King and Asif would give us. That was fun. Yeah, man, King's an entertaining fighter that gets better with each time, and curious to see how his career pans out. Still just 26 years of age. And as we await the final decision, that's our third fight of the evening. We still have about 12 more to go. Yeah, we got a long night ahead of us, Todd. I hope you're ready to sit down and watch some fights. Nothing less but the best from Fury Fighting Championship. As we were mentioning earlier, like, what amateur card in the world has the production that Fury Fighting Championship does? Yeah, none. Here we go to Wayne for the final decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of combat, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. With scores of 30-27, 29-28, and 30-27, your winner by unanimous decision, Johnathan King!
And Johnathan King with the victory tonight. Unanimous decision victory over the double tough Asif Shah. Yeah, not a bad showing from Shah. Great experience. He's got a good team behind him. I mean, I'm sure he'll fight again and find success. There was one judge that gave it 29-28. I'm curious, probably gave a Shah, maybe the first round was probably the closest that I could probably tell. Yeah, I was thinking about that. Maybe gave him the third round for the takedown. No offense to Shah, but I do believe King won all 3 rounds quite clearly.